Max.
Go.
Eagle. Go. Ecom.
Go pending final steps. The cabin link check. Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the Rift Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining me tonight here on Rift Nation Network. Streaming live. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, iHeart, Spotify, and I think there's more, many more. So you are watching Becoming Universally Aligned, and I am your host, Cindy Waghorn. I am a Reiki master teacher. I also do energy work, biofield tuning, and sound healing as well, for those of you who don't know. So I do have, I just want to pull this up here. I have a guest on tonight with me, and we were going to talk about the higher heart chakra, where it lies in between your throat chakra and your heart. And I think that it kind of fits in the energy right now, and maybe activating it can support working through grief and things like that, connecting a stronger spiritual connection as well for the higher heart chakra. So I do have Wayne McDonald, and I'm not sure if you'll remember this or not, but I had him on about a month ago, maybe a little bit more. So he is a master intergenerational healer, lots of vowels in there, through the family dynamics method. And so he also practices Reiki. I know that he is certified in crystal healing as well, and he has some other offerings as well. So he also does sound healing, and has a few recordings for you too. So, and we're going to be working on that tonight as well. So anyhow, I'm going to pull him on here right now, and you can meet Wayne. Hi, Wayne.
Hi, Cindy. Good to be here again.
Oh, I think your volume is gone again.
Okay,
Or is it me?
let's.
Oh, no. It looks like I can hear you.
Okay,
I wonder if it's. Can you hear me?
yes, I can. And let's
I'm hearing you
see.
on. Can everyone
Is the
else hear
sound.
us? I'm going to check on my phone and see if
Well,
we can be heard because I'm not hearing on my
well,
speakers.
I
So maybe it is just me.
I'm
Oh,
checking
I got it
online, and
now.
I'm
We're good now.
uh,
That's so weird.
okay.
Okay. All good.
Okay,
Panic.
tech.
Yeah, because sometimes what we're hearing here isn't what everyone else is hearing. I've found that too. And this is where I learned my lesson with doing the crystal bowls. So it's always good to ask for feedback from people to see what's going on. But anyhow, thank you for coming on with me again and for the short notice. But I just was thinking about the Tibetan bowls and the intensity that they have and the powerful healing they can do as well. So we'll get into that tonight.
And one of the other things too, I have been doing for a year and a half now, once a month, Tibetan bowls live in California, in Granada Hills, but it is also recorded. And so when that is, like right now, I'm going to be doing them on the 18th at 7 o'clock Pacific time. And that
Okay.
will be a 1 hour meditation. So I've been doing that every third Wednesday. And on Facebook, and that would be Centers for Spiritual Living, Granada Hills
Okay.
is the group. And they will do a live broadcast. But you could also go to YouTube for and just search out Tibetan Bowls, Granada Hills, and you can find recordings of past meditations we've done of sound healing.
Okay. So I'm going to put Center for Spiritual Living.
Yes, Granada Hills. Or you could also do CSLGH.
Okay. Granada Hills, California. And then they can pop on because if it's on Facebook, they would just find you as well too, right?
Yes. You could also find me on a group on Facebook called New Thought Medicine.
Yes, yes, and that's what we were talking about when you were on before, talking about how the similarities to Wayne Dyer, to Joe Dispenza, all of that brain heart coherence, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we do have the chat up here, and let's say hello to some people here. Denise is here.
We have
Denise is
Adam.
here. She's saying, yeah. And this is Howie. He is here. Hi, Howie. And Adam. Adam is in Texas. So thank you for joining us tonight. And he's saying hello to you, Wayne. Okay, let's go back down.
See that
And
here?
Linda is on. Linda is on tonight. Hi, Linda. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching us. Linda does a lot of lives as well. She's really opening her throat chakra. Like I can really see how her daily live is opening her up for sure. I don't know if she's okay with me sharing that, but Oh, good. Okay, so that was back. They can hear us now pretty good. So, all right. Um, okay, so how are you feeling with the energy that is out there right now? Since the full moon and the eclipse and all of that.
It's oh, it has been quite a ride, quite honestly. There's a lot of noise. I call it noise that's
Yes,
going on. And when I say noise, it's the media that we're seeing.
yes,
And the other part about it is that we just can't just turn it off. We know it's there. And I guess what I've been telling my clients is focus on what you want. We know what's going on in the news, but if you're doing social media, make sure to just load it up with affirmations of love and peace. I've
right,
really put out there that energy to because it's a group consciousness, and the more people we can get to circulate and light, it will get rid of a lot of the noise. And I think the Walk for Peace, which I just watched, uh, was a great
right.
demonstration of uh, of what has been needed at this time. And so I'm right now I'm handling it okay.
Yes. Now, with that being said, I have heard of people that are really almost addicted to listening to the updates and the news, the traumatic news, right? And because it gets you, and you are compassionate about it, but people who do energy work, so we are here to be anchoring our energy, and we need to just allow the people who are taking care of that to do their job, because our job is what you just said, putting that love and compassion out there towards it.
Well, we're not, and we're not here to pull our energy down. and
Right.
and
Yeah.
and staying too focused on what's going on, and then getting all hyper with discussions or on social media, or shaking your fist at what's going on, and like, why aren't these people listening? You're bringing your energy down. So we have
Yes.
to. I think, as being on social media, I think we have to be the sounding voice to remind people to raise the energy and not to lower our energy so people can hear us. The people that
Right.
need to hear us will hear us, and the ones that are lower will they they will they are unable to hear us no matter how much noise that they're making.
That's right. That's right. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? Stephanie was on last week's show. I think it was last week. Yeah. Um, and I did see her tonight too. She came to my sound bath here. Um, okay. All right. So, do you want to talk a little bit about the higher heart chakra before we get into it? Because I'm not sure, you know, a lot of the viewers may already know about the seven physical chakras, and maybe not about the additional ones. Or what do you think?
I think there should be a little bit of distinction between letting people know what is, and then what the higher heart chakra is,
Okay.
because
Well,
there
do you
is a
want?
little bit of a difference between the two. And
Right.
uh, yes, so the heart chakra is, I'll call it, just put it real simply, more focus on that love and compassion is what it is. And with the higher heart chakra, it is connecting us more with our spiritual described as a seat of the soul. And it is also, it allows us to be more free of the ego, that we're able to, I find this was interesting, is that the higher heart chakra not will allow you to balance out all your other chakras more into a higher vibration and align them with less ego and move into that place of higher connection, higher vibration away from the ego, more into that spiritual place.
The unconditional love.
Unconditional love.
Yeah.
And it is mixed. You still will have that love and compassion, but you're coming from a higher, that's why it's called higher heart. You're coming from that higher place. You're coming from either the I am area, or you're coming from a universal energy or source or God, whatever you want to use for words for that, is where you're connecting with. And with that too, when you're connecting with a higher heart, you're trying to make a decision. And it's like, well, I want to do something more, but I don't know what to do. Well, connect with a higher heart. And that's a good place to know what, to find out, working with your guides and angels. What is it that I can do to raise this vibration? So that's another aspect of working with a higher heart chakra, is for guidance and just knowing how to keep yourself balanced through what's happening at this time.
Yeah, it gives you a more clearer spiritual connection as well, right? Because you are connecting with your higher self at that time, or soul self. So I was just going to, let me just see if I can look at something here. Yeah, so we did talk about the understanding of the unconditional love. So, and it is just on the breastbone in between. And I feel so that it's associated with a turquoise color, or I've also heard emerald can be part of that as well. But it doesn't really matter of the visual that you have of it, the location. And sometimes tapping there can also help when you are putting that intention and wanting to open that up too. And like you were saying too, it can help you heal some of the other chakras when you're going deeper into that empathy and compassion and the spiritual connection, right?
Yes, very much. Yes.
So I was thinking of, so sometimes we have, so with the other chakras, we have balances and imbalances. So to be in balance for your higher heart chakra, so it is having that unconditional love, right? And also to be of service to others, right? That all of a sudden, when that chakra is activating, that is what we want to do, right? We want to help others and be of service a lot of the times. Do you find that?
Definitely. Because people are looking for guidance at this time. And we've been going through this for the last couple of years. And what we've been seeing since 25 and heading here into 26 is as it's been described, the darkness. In order to heal the darkness, it has to come forward, and once that darkness comes forward, that can then be healed, and we could just know the highest truth that there is peace. I mean, to me, the walk for peace was a great demonstration. When people say, "Well, is there peace in the world right now?" Yes, everything's all here. The peace, the love, it's all there. The fact that people stood waiting for them, and one person after another, 12 miles long,
Yeah.
that shows a lot that as there is a need, people were already feeling it, and just we can lead by that example, and just know that love and that peace is here, and to really listen to our and listen to our friends, and if they're being challenged, a little bit extra reassurance and comfort of what's going on, and offering light and reassurance, and give them suggestions, of what they can possibly do to stay more more aligned with their energy, stay more in what they wanted to truth.
Right. Yeah. And I think a lot of that too is what you've talked about is the media, and just the same as we are releasing the negativity of our surroundings, and letting go of those things. That also includes what we're putting into us too. And unfortunately, we have to use our discernment on what is real and what is false that we're hearing too. But yeah. So, would you like to start with the bowls, do you think?
Yes, that would be good.
Or
I
do
could
you
do
want
that.
to talk
So,
more? Okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
think we can move into the bowls, because so what Cindy and I talked about is, I'm going to start off the difference between I work with Tibetan metal bowls. The crystal bowls tend to have a higher, sharper tone. The bowls, Tibetan bowls, have a different tone, and usually when you are in person, you'll usually hear the bowls go through at three octaves. The sound will change, and the idea of a sound healing with Tibetan bowls is to just listen to the bowls and follow where the sound goes and how it changes. And as you move with the bowls, that's where the meditation of the bowls happen. And then after I do about 3 minutes with the bowls, Sydney will come back on, and she will guide us into a chakra meditation. So I'm going to begin at this point with one of the bowls. And as you listen to this sounds of the Tibetan bowls, we move into the guided meditation now with Cindy.
Thank you, Wayne. That was beautiful. So you should be feeling a little bit calm, relaxed. If you want to close your eyes, and you can call upon your higher self, your oversoul, your spiritual team for the highest light and resonance to wellness, to witness and assist to activate your higher heart, clearing and upgrading. I ask my physical body to be present and open and receptive to receive. Asking for support from ancestors across all dimensions. Archangel Haniel, Archangel Raphael to support and protect. We can call in a waterfall of clearing and cleansing crystalline light, violet and ultraviolet light to flow down and clear our energy fields. We can call a waterfall of clearing and cleansing crystalline diamond white light to flow down and clear our energy fields. And then we will call in a waterfall and clearing of crystalline golden diamond light to flow down and clear our energy fields, renouncing all old and limiting agreements and vows that in any way promote blocks or suppression. Clear this through our mind, body, timelines, bloodlines, and incarnations, completely removing all toxic energy and attachments. We can seal and heal any wounds, openings, or tears in the energy centers and fields with this light, healing and sealing anything created because of this clearing. Allow me to understand the lessons of all such experiences so they do not need to be repeated. Open my earthly senses and ability to know the truth of any situation. Open my field to greater empathy for myself and others. Show me my true desires, values, and guidance. May I know the aspirations of my soul. Expand my ability to connect. The phone's ringing there. Expand my ability to connect, my higher heart's ability to commune with my soul and higher self. Reconnect me with the light of the core of the earth and the light of the great central sun. Bring my physical body, my chakras, meridians, and energetic body to a space of completion, creating more space for freedom, for harmony, love, and flow of my being. We thank you in accordance with universal laws of love and compassion for maximum benefit of all involved. That, I think that the phone ringing in the church here was kind of a signal that that it was all clear. Did you hear it?
What? Yes, I did, and I think it is actually. It's always everything's right and perfect.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's. I always know that the guides are always there, and giving us the go ahead and any signals or anything we need to know to move forward in the light, and the message has been received.
Yes. Yeah. So Adam he was saying an interesting topic, and he's asking, do the bowls help raise your energy or
Oh.
like increase it?
It definitely does, because even if I do a regular sound session one-on-one, they're either placed around the body, or they can be placed. I can put a bowl on the heart center and let the vibration go that way. Most of the time, when people do crystal bowl meditations and also healing, because the bowls are more fragile and expensive, you don't want to take a chance of putting a crystal bowl on the body, because if the client moves, there goes your bowl. And I made the choice to work with the metal bowls for that reason. The bowls can be put when the client is laying on their stomach. I will first do a halo of bowls. So I'll do 3 bowls, one to the left of the ear, right of the ear, and one at the top of the head. That is how I start a session. And then as we move on to the various parts, I can put a smaller bowl at the neck and to make the tones with the bowl there, then move it between the shoulder blades to another bowl, and then one to the lower back. And that's normally how you would work with bowls. And yes, it will raise your vibrations. I tell you, when I do this for 45 minutes, doing a live meditation, by the time I'm finished, I'm really spaced out. So it definitely clears, it really clears things with the bowls. And when I do this, I use the term that it is a sound healing meditation as opposed to a sound bath. A sound bath is normally using combination of other instruments or sounding devices. I use just the Tibetan bowls, and I usually tonight I just use 3 bowls, and when I do the Tibetan bowls sound design meditation, I use 7 bowls. So varying in sizes and tones. And also, there's a way to play the bowl on metal. And also, when I do the bowls, I also have the option working with a client. I can hold the bowl, and if I'm sensing certain energy around the body, I can put the bowl in my hand and palm it, and then just move it over the top of their head. Yes. Yeah.
I have these little suction cups here
Oh.
too. So, and I can, I mean, with vibration, so it's going to lose
Yeah.
the suction, but actually it holds it. And I find sometimes too, just having it like this,
Yes.
because I mean, so the vibration is coming from here, it's coming from everywhere, and that's why we're getting that vibration and need a pad for them or whatever, right?
Yes.
I'll say too, so about the frequency there too. So yes, it's going to harmonize with your body, but it's also those tones, those frequencies, the vibration is actually doing a clearing physically and energetically. So he was just saying, Adam was just saying that it's been a beautiful experience, and he felt, I'll just go back to it here. He felt his energy starting to increase with the bowls. Yeah. So.
Good to hear. It's also that's nice because I know there's always a challenge sometimes doing with the bowls live, because sometimes you have to have the right mics to make sure it does, and make sure that there isn't any sound cancellation. So that's
Right.
good to hear from feedback that this does
Yeah.
work. But sometimes going through Zoom or other channels, it can cancel out some of that sound.
Right. Yeah. And I found the trick in Zoom for that. And I think you put it in musician mode, and oh my gosh, it's just beautiful. Oh, I've put it away, but my pyramid that I have, I think the frequency is between 1200 and 1400, depending on the strike. And it's really beautiful, and it comes through nicely too. But yeah, we were talking about that. The mic that we would need probably is going to be about $700 if we want to do this like online professionally or whatever. But
And quite honestly, there are several pre-recorded ones on YouTube, and the one reason that they do it pre-recorded on these, because they can do it in a studio, and they can work with all those mics correctly, because
yeah,
most of the time you need a pair of mics, and sometimes you may have to get into 3 and 4 mics. You see some of these sound healers online, and they'll have about 10 or 15 bowls,
yeah,
and you could start adding up the cost just
yeah,
on a set of bowls for that, because Tibetan bowls are made with 7 metals, and a set can vary from $500 all the way up to $1,500 or more. And
So
the larger the
my
size, if you have a bowl,
yeah. Oh
I know
yeah.
that if you have what's called a foot bowl, which is 18 across, where somebody can
Yeah.
stand in that bowl.
Yeah.
That is about the cost. One bowl alone for that is about the cost of one set.
Right.
So, and then of course, other people have done gong meditations, which is another form and another. So there's all different ways of working with sound, and it really doesn't have to be. You can still get a good quality, like Cindy just showed. A small bowl is very
Hmm.
reasonable, and there's a lot you can do with one single bowl. Just playing it um,
For
either on your
yourself.
chest or holding it. Yes, you can do
Mm.
a lot just laying flat on your back and playing the bowl, and it's you'll know when you do a self um, healing session with a bowl, you'll know where the bowl is needed. And
Mhm.
it's almost like when you pick up a crystal. You pick up a crystal, and if it goes, oh, we're going to be friends today, you get that
Yeah.
real positive feedback from the crystal, like, oh, I really like this. Or you don't get anything. And the same thing with a bowl. You put it on the body and you start toning it, and maybe nothing will happen. And all of a sudden, you might move it to another spot or move it down more towards your stomach. And all of a sudden, it's like you could feel your energy shift. You could feel
Yeah.
that shift happening.
And sometimes you'll get like, especially if it is here, you'll start to, your stomach may be grumbling, or you'll feel these body things happening. You might um, get little twitches, your temperature might change. There's all kinds of little things to notice, just as it is happening too. But so I feel like,
Yeah, I noticed Keith says different bowls with different frequency does different things. Yes, it will do. It isn't so much do different things, but it will. Uh, it's more of the frequency of the bowl would
for what
maybe
part of the
it.
anatomy, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I tell you, when I did massage school, we did something that was just doing I call vocals. And it was a very interesting exercise. What we did in massage school is we did what is called toning. And you would just cup your hands and make either om or any tone. And what was interesting is as you were toning and just changing your the vocal sound, at one point, what will happen is as it goes through the body, if it will come back in a different tone. So when you're doing a toning exercise that as that energy and sound is moving through the body, sometimes it won't change, but other times the tone actually will echo back differently. And sometimes that will happen with the bowls, is that you even putting two bowls next to each other, they start vibrating off of each other. And same thing if you're working with two bowls, one on the upper shoulders and one on the lower back. The tone's going to move through the body, but it's changing the air around you. And if you, as many of us know, your aura is outside of your body. So not only are we working, you think about it, the body is almost all water. And when you do this, you're vibrating the water within the body. And you're also, if you holding a bowl above somebody's head or even moving it around, in front of their body, you're affecting their aura. And you're doing cleansing at that time, at the same time.
Yeah. And so Keith is saying voice is vibrational energy, and that is, so it's also, it's the cheapest form of sound therapy is this right here, using your voice. Because
Keith also says voice is vibrational energy. Yes.
yeah, so the chanting, your own voice is able to heal you as well, and that's what Keith is saying.
Well,
here.
in fact, I think some of us may have heard that if you have negative thinking going on in your mind, or you're caught in a loop, start humming to yourself, because your mind cannot hold a negative thought if you're humming.
Oh, okay. So I haven't heard that before, but I have heard thinking of so I always put it, if you're falling down in your thoughts, think of your grandchildren. As soon as you have that vision and you're thinking of your grandchildren, then all of a sudden you're going to your heart space, right? And then there goes that negative thought. It's totally gone, right? So yeah, I haven't heard about the humming though. Okay.
Yes.
So glad you brought that up about changing the air, because I feel like I can feel different vibrations in the air sometimes. Yeah.
Well, and of course,
Well,
we're talking about the higher heart chakra, and there are other things too. We're talking about classical music. I mean, if we don't have to always go to that place of meditation, you could find recordings of people just singing. I'm trying to think of her name now. There's somebody, I never know how to pronounce her name, but there's an artist. And if you find somebody, I'm going to give you her name here, just a second.
like just her voice alone singing.
Well, it is it's S as in Sam, NATAMKAUR. Now, since we tend to listen to, we have all the bombardment of all the negative stuff, you could also listen to this artist, and she does a song called "The Angels Are Listening." She also does a couple of other ones, and she is, I'm trying to think which religion she's in. But she does like kirtan music, and also does a hand organ. And these simple things like this, I mean, you don't have to move in. There's different ways we could shift our energy. We don't have to just always go into the place of meditation or do the bowls. There's a lot of things on YouTube that that if you're on overload, it's like, instead of listening to just any kind of music or listening to what's on the radio, there's many artists out there that are just singing. I don't want to say spiritual. It is spiritual, but it's, we don't have to get into, but just changing the kind of music you listen to during the day can keep you in a really happy, positive place, and always keeping your energy raised higher.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if you'll know your awareness. So if certain musics, even on YouTube or whatever, if you're picking something and you're not feeling it, then try something different. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
your body will know, and your body will tell you, and you'll know pretty quickly, because yeah, those tones work very quickly, right?
And I see Adam says, Joan Baez, and yes, I mean even I remember years ago when Linda Ronstadt did her CD in Spanish. I wouldn't call that that's not in this realm of being either spiritual or high vibration, but it is any music that has a positive message is going to shift your mood, and it's something that will keep you more into that vibration of love and compassion. And it can be. I say Keith mentioned Lindsay Sterling here.
Yes.
Violin is amazing, and I would agree. Yes, anything that is classical music or violin, and finding things that resonate with you. It isn't. Normally, I wouldn't. Like in the car. Normally, I wouldn't listen to a Christian radio station, uh, but lately, that's been my choice lately. Is that uh, I've been tuning in more to a Christian radio station, not so much that it's Christian or the message that's coming through, but I know that it is in that place of a better vibration. And uh, it may not be the complete message I want to hear, but I know it's better than the regular radio stations. And it
Yeah.
keeps me in that place uh, of uh, in my higher vibration.
Yeah. Now, when you think of, so we can put our bodies like a violin there, right? So
Yes,
each string could be a part of us, and we'll know very quickly if one of those is out of tune. But like when you're playing the violin or guitar, whatever, those strings are a vibration too.
yes.
So sound and vibration itself there. So you do drums as well, right? Like the native drums or not?
I don't do native drums, but I've been wanting to get a native drum for a long time
Yeah.
because now I have as far as I know, I have no native blood in me, but because my family is more from dad's side is Scottish and my mom's side is more French Canadian, and our family actually comes from Iowa is where a lot of our family is. But I have always leaned towards Native American music and Native American um, healers. In fact, it just happened that in the past 40 years, the last 3, 4 massage therapists that have come to me, the ones that I found, the last ones I've come to me are Native American. So it looks like we're coming to a point of, are we coming down to the wire for uh, ending here, Cindy?
Uh, we got 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Keep going. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes. So I tend to lean towards Native American um, healing. And in fact, one of my guides, I work with many guides, and one that came to me, I know as Soaring Eagle. And I've noticed in the past month or two, Soaring Eagle has been around quite a bit uh, on keeping me protected. And then by the time I check in, it's like, you're still here. Okay, good to know. It's interesting that I have many guides. So it's always interesting to see which ones are present at certain times, or which ones are coming through.
Yeah, I think that you will. I like the drums because you feel that in your chest, right? You feel that.
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
Drumming circles are wonderful.
Yeah, I
And
was doing one in Stratford. I'm not sure if they have it still, but oh my gosh, there was probably, I want to say like 35 people. and they were borrowing and renting drums for people who didn't have them. It was quite something. Yeah, it was really good to have everybody all drumming at the same time. It was amazing. It's amazing. Mitch is saying, I was to we all have Native American spirit with us as they want us to help with Mother Earth. I agree. And and that's why I kind of put that in that meditation for bloodlines, it's incarnations, it's all of that. And like you said, so you have a guide who is, what was his name? I forget.
Oh, I have Soaring Eagle.
Soaring Eagle. So Soaring Eagle
And
is maybe trying to teach you, get some drums there, Wayne.
yes. Well, and actually, I was doing a Reiki, I was receiving a Reiki attunement. And during the session, I saw a soaring eagle. And then I later found out the soaring eagle was actually a young shaman that died in his 20s. And and he also introduced me to his mother, who's a plant shaman. And I have a house plant that's in my bedroom. And she basically has imprinted her energy onto the house plant. So she's always here present with me.
Oh my
And
God.
when I, so yeah, I've had, so yes. And when I said, well, is there a better name that you would like to be called? And they said, you cannot pronounce it. It's too difficult. So they just said, just call, Soaring Eagle and Medicine Woman is the names were told to use for them.
Oh, that's amazing. That's wonderful.
Well,
So we are pretty close to the end. I'm not sure if we have someone else on tonight. But anyhow, so if you could give someone advice on what to do, or other than the things that we have done today on working with the heart chakra, or sorry, the higher heart chakra, what would you say, or have we covered that?
I would say, just as I call a reminder, is that just take the time and find what resonates with you. Go work with somebody and get a Reiki session. Work with somebody and get a massage. And go to sound baths. Go to any drum circles. There are these things are all around. But we all need to keep our energy cleansed. So work with a practitioner of any kind, whatever modality, even if it's acupuncture. We all need a tune up occasionally. And I would also say, yes, go out in nature, sit with the plants and trees, and just release any negative energy or anything you want to release. And just find ways to keep your energy cleared and cleansed.
Yes, and I think too, the water by a river, any body of water that is close to you. I think too, because of the flow, the rivers here are really flowing now because of the thaw. But so be careful if you are around rivers. But that is, because the water is energy, so it's really strengthening you there. So that's a great idea.
Well, one of the other things that I do is I have it's like an iced tea jug. It is glass.
Okay.
I do use filtered water, and I put in it either rose quartz crystal in the water jug,
Okay.
or I use yes, amethyst is another one that I use, and just
Okay.
put so the water will be energized from the crystal,
Right.
and uh, and just drink. You could drink water, and I will also say know whatever crystals you work with. Make sure you would never use selenite, because selenite is very fragile, and selenite uh, would dissolve in the water. So
Right.
know what you, if you when you start doing anything with crystals and water, know about toxicity and only work. Know what you're doing with the right crystals. If you're working with clear quartz, rose quartz, those are all fine. Make sure it does. It could either be a raw crystal. Just make sure that you're not ingesting any broken pieces, which it shouldn't be. But just know which kind of crystal that you're putting in your water. But that is one other suggestion: is to drink filtered water that is infused. I just keep a crystal. The one I've got is like this. This is amethyst,
Okay, yeah.
and I have the same size one in my 2 gallons of water, and that's what I drink all day. Is amethyst water. Last year it was rose quartz, but since I've been working with Saint Germain, uh, I'm doing amethyst water now.
Nice. That's nice. So and that is for also for your heart and your higher heart chakra as well, the amethyst. So
Yes,
um so if they have selenite though, they can put it by the water or
they could do they could,
um,
yes, they could actually use a selenite plate,
yes. Yeah.
and so it will move through the glass, but and then vibration, it could work that way. But I think it would be just as easy to use just clear quartz, because a clear quartz is a good, safe crystal that could be used with a high vibration too.
Thanks, Denise.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I know. Yes, I
thank
know about shung, and I'll tell you about shungite. Yes,
okay.
I have elite shungite crystals, and I tried it in water. It is it weirds me out. Okay, it's such a high vibration. I couldn't handle shungite at all. Some crystals um, just don't work for me. Now, I remember when I first started working. I know we're going over here, but I remember the first time I started working with selenite and just doing a meditation and holding 2 pieces of selenite in my hands. I could only do it for 30 seconds. It was such a high vibration crystal for me
Yeah.
that it. But now I can go an hour with. It's finally I've my energy, it works well with it. But with any crystals you work with, is to find which ones uh, work with you. I in the past, most of the time I work with black tourmaline because I can't handle onyx.
Okay.
Uh, so it's just all there are many different crystals you can work with.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, I've always found that one piece of rose quartz, we're talking about turquoise for the higher heart, is
Mm-hmm.
finding a crystal, is just holding it, just placing the crystal on your chest and holding it and just doing some deep breathing. I know when I use rose quartz all the time when I'm just kind of in one of those moods or something needs to shift. I'll use rose quartz. Uh, and that's the same thing with the higher heart chakra. You could use other crystals such as the turquoise, or I would even suggest, although this tends to be more of the third eye and the crown, selenite, not
Yeah.
selenite, celeste. there are some of the other crystals.
Okay.
Let's see, we'll get the picture of this thing right. There it is. Okay. Yeah.
Is it
So
purple or white?
it's
Because
actually it is like an aqua blue.
oh, okay. Oh, I
Is
can see that now.
yeah.
Yeah, neat.
It's an so there's yes. So there are several um, stones that you use.
So we got so organite charge plates with shunganite. Oh, that's interesting. I've been making those little pyramids, but in the winter there, I didn't really have space for the resin. I need to do it outside because it's just the smell is so strong, right? I couldn't handle it, so I'm gonna make some
Yes.
more as soon as the weather gets a little bit better, so I can do it outside. But putting the copper in, the crystals, and then I was putting a little bit of extra color in it, but it makes it cloudier, and I kind of feel like I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't need that extra color, but yeah. So Mish is saying, and go back and maybe try that stone again later too.
Oh, and I definitely have tried to go back to Shanghai. I've worked with that, just holding it in my hand, and also finding like using another crystal, because I know working with crystals, uh, it could be any difference between the left and the right hand. That it could because uh, the left is receiving, which is bringing it in,
Okay.
and the right side is giving it away. It's
Yeah.
pulling out. So
Oh,
changing which direction you're holding a crystal. I have a, I finally exceeded on the crystal bracelets I have. I have about 10 different ones that I work with. And I started those during COVID just because of a lot of strange energy going on during COVID times. I had being very empathic, I had to do something to shield my energy. And that's when I start doing wearing
that's
crystals. Yeah.
and getting into that. That's amazing. Well, I want to thank everyone in the chat tonight for being with us, and I hope you enjoyed the show. And it was really nice interacting with all of you guys with your questions. And I want to thank you, Wayne, for coming on and doing the bowls. I was thinking about it after you should have done them at the same time I was talking. I don't know if that would have worked, but we should try that again another time. Um, but yes, thank you so much for coming on and helping us with our higher heart and all of your energy tips. It's been wonderful.
Well, thank you, Cindy, and I look forward to the next time.
Yes, that's great. Okay, well, have a good night, everybody, and we will see you next week.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Bye bye. Oopsie.